is Frank Horvat. Thank you for tuning in to my Facebook live chat. This is Greg Millar and Lisa Raposa, pianists who contributed their talents to some of my new recordings. So we're enjoying release week and chatting with a lot of people. For those of you who don't know Greg and Lisa, they are pianists, they're teachers. You're both Eastman grads?
That's right.
That's where you met, right?
Yes, that's right.
Very cool. They're also husband and wife. That's a very important thing, at least in my eyes it is. They're constantly concertizing together or separate. So I guess I should make it very clear first off that Greg played on a lot of those first 2 hours.
3 or 4 tracks from them?
No, I mean you did all three on Me to We, which we released today, and you played on 2 of the 6 on the current agenda. So you definitely it's amazing. You definitely did a lot of great work on that, and then Lisa and Gray teamed up to perform the 3rd track on Me to We, which is called Piano Piece Number 4, and that was really the epic pinnacle of that album. It's sort of like those two, that one piece is actually longer than the first 2 pieces combined, and gargantuan in tone and scope.
Me to We is a journey, as you said, from a person who is alone and in solitude and finding a partner, and then the piece that we played is the culmination of that CD, of finding your life partner and rejoicing in that. Piano Piece Number 4 was a great challenge for us because of the length and also because of how much that has to be perfectly synchronized together. So I guess one of the things about playing piano duo, and whether you're husband and wife or whatnot, is that complete synchronization you have to have, and also that you're working in such a small space. So basically, most of the time, Greg will be at the bottom, say 3.5 octaves, and I would be on the top 3.5 octaves. And so it's but sometimes we have to learn to share each other's space. In the same way you might have to if you live in a 1-bedroom condo. So we had to learn to negotiate some of the space and share the space and also stay out of each other's way.
Because obviously you've performed and worked together a lot under your piano duo. Was working on Piano Piece Number 4 different for you compared to other rep that you worked on together, or did other rep that you've worked on together help you with sort of the very intense minimalism that is Piano Piece Number 4?
That's a good question. I mean, I think it was challenging for us because of this precision. I mean, your piece really demanded that we have the same kind of attacks and the same, and it's very rhythmic.
Right.
So, and the precision that was required there was really so. I mean, it's that challenging. And some other repertoire that we've been working on is perhaps a little more forgiving in terms of you can get away with a little less precision.
Yeah, give and take.
Give and take.
Yeah, there's no metrical give and take.
No.
We're like on the beat constantly. I saw you guys do Petrushka, right?
Yeah.
That is monumental work. It's monumental work in its original state, but the piano transcription is just astounding, and it does very good justice to the overall the original orchestral score. Is that a technically challenging piece to work on?
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And actually Stravinsky made 2 versions for the piano duo. He says for piano, 4 hands or 2 pianos, because there actually are some things that you cannot really do very well.
Space.
Yeah,
there
there's a
isn't
lot of-
any space.
I call space
So
advantage.
even he had different ideas about how he wanted that 2 pianists version to sound.
And if my memory serves me correctly, back for the session, piano piece number 4, that was a slugfest.
Yeah.
You guys,
Yeah.
it's one of those. I told Jamie this for another piece. You earned your money that day, because it's like you really have to work hard. We did lots of takes, lots of sections, drill.
To point out something specific though in your piece that we played, there was one part that I hope you feel the same way, but I'm particularly proud of. And this is where you get to about 13 minutes into the piece.
Right.
And there's a point where we're playing in sixths, and it's absolutely together rhythmically. I mean, there will be and that was really challenging for us to bring across. But I hope that when people listen to that, that they'll feel like it's very free and very joyful.
Yeah, I hope there's no sense of the inner turmoil that we were experiencing.
That's so fascinating you mention that, because I'll be honest, and I'm not just saying that because you brought it up. That is one of my favorite sections of that piece.
Yeah.
Okay.
I absolutely love that part of the piece, because at that point you close your eyes and you listen, and it's like there's one pianist there, and it's perfectly in unison. The secondo and the primo are perfectly in unison. Just octaves separate you guys, and for me that's one of my favorite sections, because it really sort of captures the essence of what that piece is about, is the togetherness. That's the whole spirit of that piece. That's why I wrote that. I wrote that piece as something that back in the late 90s, Lisa was taking piano lessons. My Lisa was taking piano lessons, and I wanted to surprise her with a piece that her and I would play together. And it ends up that, typical composer thing, it just went a little haywire and way too complicated. It was too complicated for a pianist to play, and I played it once many years ago, and I even found it too complicated. So it was never meant to be that. It was never meant to be for us to play together. But then, ironically, our first opportunity to finally get that piece recorded, America wanted it. So the symbolism of that is so important. And and the synchronicity for you guys was just amazing. What is it like to do what you do professionally and be married? And be
pass? No.
Yeah, you can if you want. Yeah. So I think that's interesting. A lot of people work together, that they're spouses and partners and stuff like that. But for sometimes a lot of people that's too difficult. I know I have friends who are musicians, like where the couple are musicians, and they will never play together.
I guess one of the challenges is, of course, the discipline factor, because we practice at home, and so it's always so tempting to say, well, I just have to get that lasagna in the oven.
A lot of distractions.
I have to answer the phone, I have to do the email. So you just have to say, nope, okay, shut that all down and go and practice. So that's one thing, because it is work. It's not just all, it's not. I don't want to say it's not all fun and games, because it is fun and it is in a challenging way. But there's tension too, because when you're so precise about what you do, Greg has his own ideas, I have my own ideas, and even though we both went to the same school and we studied with one of the same teachers, I mean, we're our own separate beings too. So we have to. It is just like a marriage, any marriage where you have to agree on things. You have to, talk things out. It's really the same thing at the piano too.
To over dramatize it, because I don't want to over dramatize, but it is art. We're dealing with art. We're not talking about like whether or not we should buy at the grocery store tonight and having like a spousal spat over that. I mean, I think there's something extra personal about art, and when you're trying to create art together, especially with a loved one, I think it's easier for these types of things to bubble over.
And that art is kind of linked to our identity in a certain way. That's what string quartets always talk about, how it feels like it's a marriage, and you have to, there's all this compromise, and it's a process.
Now, what are you guys are doing musically these days? Talk about some of your projects, some of your initiatives, things coming up for you guys that you're really excited about.
Well, this is easy because we have a performance at the University of New Hampshire, and then we're going to play your piano piece number 5.
Wow, that's true.
Did you remember? Did you remember?
Yeah, no, I just realized that. Yeah, that's exciting.
So
world premiere.
Yes, it's a world premiere, and now we're going to be waiting for piano piece number 6. That's all I can say. But it is, it's a world premiere, and it's on a series it's a new series we're inaugurating in honor of my one of my former professors who was just a great influence at that school. So we're very happy to play that performance, and we're happy that your piece is actually going to be part of it. And that's a 2-piano piece. So there we don't have to share. We can just have our own pianos and just go for it.
Okay, well, thanks so much for doing this, guys. I really appreciate this. Thank you all so much for watching.